Hi guys, welcome to the next edition of the 5KP video. This time I'm broadcasting from Poland, Adam speaking, and it's Tuesday 15th of June 2021. That's my home city actually, Białystok. Okay, I'm not living exactly there, but very close to this city. So after 2 years I return, and it feels good to be actually in Poland. I can tell you that on a side note. People are very chilled. Looks like they don't take all this pandemic very seriously. So I like that so far, but I didn't see too many places yet. Now I'm just home and recovering from my time in Spain. It was super hot in there. So today we have a very interesting program, and just going to be a very interesting because I didn't look too much into the portfolio, so I'm going to rediscover what's going on in there with you. I didn't took too much paying attention what was going on there. I just let it flow, and you can experience how it feels to get back into the portfolio. I think nothing much really happened, but let's see. And we'll talk and try maybe to discuss some other trades. Of course, the video will be divided to 2 parts. As always, before I go there though, then we need to see a little disclaimer here. This is for informational education purposes only. So we're just learning here how to trade, and all the things that I tell you is just my opinions. I'm not giving any advice. So if you agree to that, let's continue. And the program, like I said, is divided. So very similar to the past week. We're going to look at the portfolio performance. You see we were at 9.5k last week. I didn't change that. Now I think it went down a little bit slightly, because markets are moving, right? And the prices of the stocks that we invested in are moving. So we'll see what's going on in there, and we'll look into Intel with the YouTubers. And for my students, we're gonna have a deeper look at the portfolio, manage it, and probably add some more trades, or see what we can do there to keep cash flowing and making money. Currency, actually, virtual currency. So let's just go there. And of course, before I go and look at the portfolio, I would like to have a look at the market. So I'm just going to bring in the browser here and quickly have a look at the briefing.com. Just quickly refresh this. That's how I start my day typically. Like, just look at the briefing.com, see how the major indices are doing. Okay, nothing moved today. Okay, probably yesterday as well. Maybe there was some move. I don't know. I didn't pay attention. But today nothing is moving. Strong energy communication services, weak materials, real estate, consumer discretionary. Actually, this does not surprise me. I told you a long time ago that there will be something about oil going on. We are invested in oil in our portfolio. You remember Petrolero, Brasileiro. I've been talking about this trade, and communication services are also hot, and it's very good because we were invested in Viacom, and I think it's in this space as well. Or are they not? I don't remember. I know they were streaming companies, so maybe I was thinking about telecom, the T. I think we have a T in there. AT&T. Moving the market, muted reaction to weaker than expected retail sales data. Well, weaker than, I mean, like, what do you mean? And hotter than expected producer price index data. So hotter, meaning probably we are seeing the inflation, and I think this inflation is a big topic right now, especially in the US. In the US market, everybody talks about the inflation, rising prices of everything. All this currency printing finally needs to see so need to surface somehow, and of course, if you produce more digits, more currency, market acts like a sponge. It's gonna suck up all that currency and just display the new digits on the products that you typically buy. So expect higher digits, and that's no surprise to me. Strength in energy stocks amid continued rise of the oil prices. Okay, so energy stocks, ExxonMobil, probably PBR. All this oil going up more than 70, I think, bucks now per barrel. So interesting. So I think the whole thing is what it suggests to me. We're seeing some inflation data. If you look at the economic calendar, we can see the details of what these guys are talking about, and we see these hot numbers here. So producer price index. What is it? It's leading indicator of consumer inflation. Okay, when products charge more, when producers charge more for goods and services, the higher costs are usually passed on the consumer. So we have to pay more Of course, if we have an inflation for the producers, the consumers will pay the price, of course. Not the companies, not the producers. That's going to be passed to the consumers. So you see that we expected 0.5, we see 0.8. That's a quite big number. Okay, you see this general trend here. I think it's kind of going up, and I would not expect this number to change. I mean, you can try to hide it in many ways, which we're doing here with PPIs and CPIs, which are going to be, I think they're going to be announced also sometime later. Yeah, I know that's Canadian, okay. But anyway, we'll see much higher inflation, and you need to pay attention to this. Interesting is going to be tomorrow, the Fed will speak, and they probably mention something about inflation. We will see what they will say. Will they decrease here the interest rates? Maybe not. Maybe they just keep them the same. They can't do nothing with this. They can just keep printing money or currency. So no surprises here. I told you about oil going up to justify inflation. Oh, the prices of oil are going up, therefore we need to pay more for all the goods. It's a little lie, and we are all aware about this, okay? So we can use it to our advantage by investing in companies which are doing something with oil, right? So Dow, Nasdaq, you can see that it's slightly going down. Let me refresh this again. Okay, yeah, we see this kind of like open high, but still sitting down now, going down a little bit, but overall moving sideways. So we don't see anything crazy in here. A little drop everywhere. How is the US dollar? We can go actually and have a really nice look at the futures here. If you've never seen this is a very interesting tab to go to charts. And I would say I'm interested in currencies. And what happens to the dollar? Well, it bounced back a little bit, but generally it has been tanking compared to all other world currencies. So US dollar tanking. How about the interest rates? Did something change there? Well, then on 10-year treasury, 1.5. So looks like it starts coming back down. How does it affect gold? Gold dropped a little bit, moving sideways actually. But you see this pullback, a little bit pullback. That's to be expected. I think silver didn't have such a big pullback. It makes no sense in general. I mean, it should be just going straight up. But we all know that markets are manipulated, and yeah, that's not a surprise to see this. So news. I didn't read anything. I think I'm gonna go about the news later on. I'm gonna be very interested in searching something about inflation. So inflation, is this dollar edges higher after US inflation data? Okay. We await the Fed meeting. So tomorrow is going to be a hardcore day, and stock market may move a bit down or up, whatever they're going to say. The creatures, as some people call them at Fed, stock pull back from record highs after retail sales miss and inflation data rises. Okay, but they didn't drop too much actually. If you look at the chart, okay, that's the futures, S&P 500 futures. Well, that's not really like, does it look like a drop to you? I mean, it just moves sideways. I mean, there is nothing crazy on this chart. If you look at hourly data, is this what you mean? I mean, that's nothing, okay? So nothing really happened on the market. I mean, correction is something like this, it's something drop. Nothing happened, everybody kind of expects this inflation, everybody is happy, nothing going on, So unless Fed starts talking about raising interest rates, unless Fed starts talking about terrible inflation happening. I mean, there can be anything that can cause, but right now, I mean, nothing really going on. The market just keeps going up. I don't, being bearish in this market when governments all they can do is print currency would make no sense really. Definitely, you need to protect yourself with some insurance, but trading this market bearishly, I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea. It's just being pumped, everything is going there until it explodes, but I don't know, nobody knows when it's going to happen, therefore protection is very, very useful. So let's have a quick look at oil. Look at this, it just keeps going up. Broke out of this beautiful kind of cup and handle pattern and just jumped up. And keeps going, and it's going to keep going because, how do you justify the inflation? You're going to blame it on the oil. Gold, to no surprise, corrects a little bit, but I expected a little bit more downwards movement here in this channel. It still kind of broke out of this channel. Let's see if it comes back and bounces, or is this going to continue going up now? I don't know. I think the price of gold should reach 2000s very easily in the upcoming, this year probably. Silver moves sideways. Okay, it's building this flag, you know, it's been like consolidating, building this flag here for a while. So if I look at the size of the pole, it should just continue going up, and I think 30 level is a critical level here. If we pass this and close above this, I mean, sky is the limit, or maybe not sky, but level of 50 is the limit, yeah, and this would be another crazy level here. There's no way silver is gonna go down. Okay, of course there is a way. There can be some more manipulation. Dixie, so dollar index, we've seen already the chart, it's like total bearish. Build this head and shoulders here, even you can notice. Yeah, we have kind of head and shoulders, so and it's not a dick. Yeah, okay, but it could be illustrated as this. Probably going to continue cratering like it does. It's going down. You know, if you print more currency, of course, people stop believing in your currency, and soon it will be just toilet paper. So, yeah. Nevertheless, it's still a valid currency which is used around the world. It's backed by nothing, but actually it's backed by something, US Army, so you have to use it because we're gonna invade you. So it can't really drop down to zero, but compared to other currencies, currently it's dropping value, and the pattern is suggesting some bearishness here. So we may expect that as well. SPY, we've seen this. VIX, just to have an overview, increased a little bit, but we're sitting at 17, pretty low, nobody's scared. VIX, so volatility on VIX going up, so we may expect some movements up maybe, but kind of moving sideways as well. And all the coins, wow, Bitcoin is back to 40k, that's pretty crazy. Okay, some time ago I drew a pattern and it looks like, you know, it followed it almost, and now we're reaching the level of 40k. If it closes above 40k, I think it may be the end of Bitcoin. If it doesn't continue going up and reach 48 and so on, but bounces back down, we may have a you know, kind of dead cat bounce here. And you know, this beautiful arc, you know, which some people I've seen drew, that's very bearish pattern. So technically looks like this may go down. Ethereum the same. I don't know why I'm even talking about this, but you know, I like to have a look also at the crypto market, because this is where people drop their currency. Lots of people actually going on this market. I'm not so much interested, but with relation, you know, how many people go to all these coins as a protection from inflation. If these things go down, you know, and people have nothing to protect themselves from using this cryptocurrencies, because they go down, maybe with the dollar, they go down and lose value, then they will escape to gold and silver. And that's the moment, that's the place where I want to be. And that's just my take on this. So right now it looks like it's looking good, you know, cryptos are good, everything is great. I don't see anything to be super scared of, except that meeting tomorrow. So I'm going to be paying attention to what these guys are talking. So that's the quick overview. I already know more or less, you know, what to think of the market, so nothing new. And I'm going to jump into the platform now, Thinkorswim, and have a look at the portfolio. So where are we now? Okay, not so much changed here. I see that portfolio is sitting now at 9.34k, 3.5. So we kind of lost $200 out of the portfolio, something like this. Something dropped. So prices probably of uranium or something dropped, and we lost some income, some digits here. But probably our Greeks are looking good, and I don't have them here, so just as a reminder, I don't know why completely configuration got screwed up here. I'm gonna bring them back in. So let's add Theta. Oh, let's do everything actually. Delta. Okay, I add Delta. I will add Gamma. I will add Theta. Theta. And I will add Vega. Okay, so to have my Greeks in here. Okay, just to see how the portfolio is doing. What's my cash flow? Actually, that's what I'm interested in mostly. Okay, so I'm cash flowing $46 per day. That's fantastic. Okay, how much time do I need to bring this back to 9.5? Well, 4 days, 5 maybe. Pretty cool number. We are still generating profits in the open position. Today we dropped by 129. and the biggest drop was the result of those two positions. So looks like silver. Okay, silver mining companies losing something, and Viacom dropped a little bit, and you know, that's one of the greater losses that we have in this portfolio. Also our insurance, but that's fine. And also here KGC. We'll look into these positions in a moment. But first, what I said was, let's have a look at the Intel. What happens with Intel? We're making money, 36.50. Is Intel moving now? Did something happen here with the Intel? Do we need to do something? Can we close this trade? Should we? 31 days till expiry. We have our broken wing butterfly. Let's have a look at the butterfly. And maybe we start with the chart on Intel. So Intel, there we go. What I see here on this daily, what is this daily? 1 year daily. Actually, I zoomed in already. So yeah, you remember the pattern. Looks like it's kind of coming back up and tries to break this 58, and it's sitting above 58 already, 58.13. It has a potential to go 59s and so on, and 60s. If I see it go, it would be fantastic. But you know, tomorrow is a risky day. It may drop the Intel because of the news from Fed. Should I stay in here, or should I take my 36 bucks and maybe renew this trade? Because I only have 31 days and I don't want to be, you know, losing from my portfolio. I'm not losing that much actually. On Theta it's just 20 cents. It's not too bad in this position, but of course if I move somewhere else, the Theta may differ. So I'm sitting right now right here. That's why Theta is very, very low. I'm gonna reset this, reset slices. So my slice at 0, Theta negative 22 cents per day. That's just because I'm sitting here. If I did sit, however, at 56s or somewhere there, okay, probably my Theta would be higher, 77 cents per day. Not too bad. Should I get out of this trade or stay a little bit longer? I was thinking actually, guys, to change this trade, take the money, turn this $36, and then start a new trade and build another butterfly for a little bit longer, and give Intel a little bit more time, and maybe do this before Fed announces something tomorrow. So let's close this trade, wait for the announcement in the morning tomorrow. I mean, not morning, because I'm now in Europe, so it's a little bit later. I need to adjust this time, guys. I'm not in Canada anymore. I'm now, where am I now? I'm in Poland, so in Warsaw time. Save settings. Okay, and there we go. So if I come back to my calendar, now I'll see the real times when the announcement will be for me tomorrow, 8 p.m. So I guess I'm not going to be sitting at the computer at 8 p.m. doing this, but I'm going to watch, or trading, I'm going to watch what happened here. 8:30 p.m. and then next day decide if I want to go to Intel and so on, and renew this trade, because it may move a little bit. It may move to the downside depending on what they announce. If they scare the market, the thing's going to go down. If they don't, everybody's going to be euphoric, maybe things go up. But I don't want to risk it. I'm just going to take my money and run. Not too much, but it buys me lunch. I gave it enough time to move. It didn't. I'm just going to close this. Okay, create closing trade, sell one butterfly. Let's get whatever they pay. I'm okay with 131. Okay, let's take the money and run. Send it and see if we get filled at this trade. Is this the current price? Yeah, maybe take a while to fill, because it's a more complex position, so maybe we need to wait a little bit, but my decision was to simply close it and get out of the trade. So I don't want to be going through you know, this tomorrow unknown announcement, or let's say casino from tomorrow. There we go, we got filled. And just, you know, lose on this. I'm just gonna take my money. I'm still gonna observe Intel, so it's not gonna go away, because I see a lot of potential in there. If we go back to my INTC, guys, you see that this gap is still to be filled, but I don't expect it's gonna jump to 60s or something tomorrow. If so, maybe it will drop back to like 57s or something like this, and I can enter into another butterfly, giving it a little bit more time to finally fill that gap. Okay, but for now I think it's a much better decision to take the money and run, and just give it some more time. So we got out of our Intel, and that was the thing for today. The plan is that next week, you know, we're gonna look at it again and basically give Intel another chance. All right, So depending on what happens tomorrow. So that's it for you guys from YouTube, and I'm gonna move for the part for my students.